Om Ganeshaya Namah. This reading is for the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, this reading is for you. As usual, take what resonates, let go of the rest. The messages that resonate with you, you're going to know within. And the ones that don't resonate, just let them go. Don't try to force any message to stick with you or to resonate because they just might be meant for someone else. So use discernment. Let's get into it. The significance of the entire reading of the entire month is the Tower card. this, this is the most intense card of the deck. So there is major unexpected things happening in your life, which is shattering the belief systems, the foundations that you had in place. It could be certain events that might happen out of nowhere, certain revelations, things that reveal what are these weakened foundations in your life. What are these belief systems that are not serving you? What is a certain amount of healing that you need? There is just going to be an unexpected aspect of it, and it's going to be a little bit more intense than usual, but it's going to be for good. And why I say more intense, because we have the another Tower card here. It's a bit crazy. There are two towers. I mean, one is more than enough, and one is where is it's in itself not you try to run away from it. You don't want it to come in any reading, but when two come, you can understand that how intense things are. So you are finishing major chapters in your life, like major chapters, big karmic endings. You are finishing timelines, and you're finishing those phases, and you're jumping into new timelines. So that is a massive thing for you, and this month is going to bring that. When the tower comes, you cannot predict the changes that will happen. You cannot expect it or plan in advance. These are very unpredictable changes. It's very Uranus energy. However, it comes for good. There's always a good side, because once the destruction happens, when the destruction of the tower happens, then it allows you to rebuild things, and it only exposes those weaknesses that were anyways going to sabotage things in the future. Like something that ends now was anyways meant to happen in the future, or anyways was going to be detrimental. So better late than better early than late. So you just have to go through that. I talk about rebirth happening because there's the Judgment card here. So this is the end of a particular phase where the end of the world, and the people rise up again, which is what you would be doing. It could be connected to your health. It could be connected to your work, a relationship, or just your mindset. There could be ending of an identity and beginning of a new thing, a rebirth, an opportunity to start fresh. To scratch everything that has happened and then begin anew, a second chance. That is a wonderful energy. However, at the start, it's very triggering in the beginning, because nobody likes change. We hate getting out of our comfort zone, especially people that are Sagittarius energy mixed with a lot of fixed energy. They will definitely be triggered more than normal. If you have any other fixed sign placements along with Sagittarius, then of course it's natural for you to be triggered, and natural for you to want to stick to things and not want to move and do something new. So brace yourself, because this is for good. In the when you're in the midst of it, you might have thoughts as in, why me? Why is the universe always testing me? Why am I being given all of this? Like, why am I chosen to be the God's toughest soldiers? But this is to uplevel you. This is to grow you. This is to create space so that you can invite in the things that you're calling for. There are so many manifestations that I'm trying to do, and the universe is making you accept them, making you create space to be able to see them, because universe is coming in with offers. So expect that to come. This can be an offer in terms of love. It can be in terms of work, or it could just mean life giving you another chance, life taking you through a very unexpected thing, which gives you a new outlook on life. Maybe you could feel like, that you have had a rebirth. So embrace that, embrace embrace the suck, because that is what is going to give you gratitude for everything that's happened in your life, and you'll be able to see things from a different angle and from a different perspective. We have the hermit here, so you are encouraged to go into the metaphorical cave and to analyze everything that is happening in your life, all of the different changes that are happening. Because when you have the tower and the judgment, there is going to be a massive shake-up happening in your life. Maybe it's not physical even. It can be just energetic, or it can be behind the scene, because you are constantly being bombarded by symbols, synchronicities in your dreams. It could be, while you meditate, and or there could be just a general sense that behind the veil there is a lot of activity happening. You could be getting glimpses, you could be seeing signs all over, whenever you go out, or what you watch online or social media or friends talking, they could be giving you signs, and it might confuse you as to what this is and what is transpiring. But trust the universe. There is massive amount of timeline healing happening behind, where there is a lot of transmutation of your pain, of your wound, of your childhood, trauma, your ancestral baggage, ancestral lineage. So maybe you could go through certain things that are connected to your ancestors. Maybe you are just cleansing out that. And the pain that they carried, the pain that it was there in their DNA, is being acted out and cleansed through you. So sometimes people that are, have come here to clean out generational curses. They might have to go through a more difficult life than normal, so that they can cleanse out the entire ancestry line. And that could be a huge line of thousands and thousands of people that have come before you, that have not had the courage to do the things that they needed to do, or courage to speak out, or they were suppressed, or they were oppressed, or they were taken out in very wrong circumstances and very brutal ways. All of that unexpressed desires, all of those unexpressed needs, everything got stuck in there, in that energetic body, and now they try to live through you, through your DNA. So now here comes your work of how you placate them, how you cleanse out everything that was there. And this also ties up very closely with your own personal wounds that you are naturally born with, and that you have gone through from your childhood. So there's often, when you're going to do ancestral healing, that is also something that is recommended that you do this month, because a lot of the wounds that we have are very much mirrored by the wounds that your ancestors have had. So you could be carrying a lot of guilt within you, and that could be connected with your own childhood, with the things that you went through, shameful circumstances that were there, or maybe failures that you had in your childhood which you took to heart, and maybe trauma connected to your parents, all of that. And you could, when you study your ancestry and you see the people that came before you and the circumstances they lived in, you will see that there are very similar incidents that have happened in their life. So by doing this cleansing, you're not only cleansing yourself, and you're not only healing yourself, you're also healing that which came before. This is the beauty, and this is the way how DNA and ancestral wounds show up in a person. It is often mirrored by their own personal wounds. So this is what makes you and gives you the responsibility of having to work on it. So you cannot be blamed for it. But you have to take up responsibility and do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to completely bloom in your life in the way that you're supposed to. Otherwise, we often notice that their ancestors are too heavy in themselves, in them, that they are so rigid with everything that their family went through, and the principles that their family carried, they are super religiously following that. Even if it's outdated, they're still following it, and they're still doing everything that they are grandparents or parents or even great grandparents wanted. So you see that unless they do the healing, they are not able to express their own individuality. And this is where the paradox lies, that you have to, create that distance with from your ancestors, but creating distance is first repairing the relationship and creating closeness with them. This is the paradox. So when you heal that and you create the closeness with them, and they become very loyal to you, and they're there to help you, because they're not bound by a body, they're not bound by a physical time and space. So they are able to help you and guide you in ways that normal humans cannot. And they know you better than other normal humans can. So for that, and also to create distance, a little distance between them, so that you're not playing out their wishes and their dreams and their will. You need to first create closeness, and you need to repair that relationship. Once you do that, you will have that distance, and you're going to live your own life. You're going to be your own individual, but at the same time, your ancestors are also going to be fulfilled, happy, and they're going to be in your team. They're going to be in your spirit team, which is full of angels, guides, and where the ancestors also come in, and they are the fastest protectors that you can call on for immediate help. They are the first line that comes, immediately when there's an imminent danger onto you, physical or energetic, whatever. They are the ones that will come and safeguard you and protect you. That's why it's important that you create that. So when we talk about ancestry here, there is 8 of Swords. So two ways. Firstly, this could be that when it says feminine, so there could be wounded feminine history in your lineage. There could be wounds related to money and resources. Maybe the ancestors that lived in certain places which was not economically well developed, or they went through famine, they went through depressions and economic depressions and recessions, and all of those places where they didn't have food, they didn't have resources, or they struggled with money, or they were oppressed. So that's why it's important that you have to do this work. So this in turn will actually help you with your own your own connection with resources. How do you connect with money? What does money mean to you? What does resources mean to you? So you're going to develop a healthy relationship with that, but also with your mind and how you gauge yourself, how you feel like just because women have acted in a certain way in your life, you also have to act in that way. Or possibly it can also be related to men. It's not just we see tarot cards. There's no gender per se, even though there's a woman here. It's talking about feminine energy. So a man has both feminine and masculine, same as a woman. Woman also has masculine and feminine. So we're talking about energetics. So a man could also be, trapped in his own cage and living out the life of how the parents wanted it to be, and they are limited, their lens and their dreams and their vision. Like for example, they wanted to be a doctor, but they couldn't. So now they're asking the son to be a doctor, and now that son has become a doctor and a child, and now he's asking his child to become a doctor, and that's a vicious cycle. Like you need to you can be a doctor, that's fine, but you need to have the personal choice. You have to come to that by your own accord, like not being forced by someone, or being programmed by someone and made to like. Because here there is imposter syndrome as well going on around you, where you doubt yourself, where you doubt your abilities, and you feel like maybe you are a fraud, and whatever industry you're in and whatever work that you're doing, you are not that good, and someday you're going to be caught and found out, and they're going to see that you aren't worthy of what you're not worthy of who you are, and there are so many people better than you, and all of these things that the mind creates. So you need to work through that imposter syndrome, which is also putting you in a cage and not letting you act in the way that you're supposed to act. Now because of this, the 2 towers and judgment, there needs to be a destruction, like completely, that comes, and and puts you in this hermit mode, puts you in contemplation about yourself, so that you can decide. And that is why things are stagnant in your life. So you might feel like there's not much progress happening. It's because of this cleansing needs to happen, this clearing needs to happen, this healing work needs to happen, and they need to put your attention there, without which, if they do not put your attention, if they do not stagnate things, you will never work on it. So sometimes they just do that divine, it's divine grace basically. Even if on the surface it may feel like things not moving that fast, it is all stuck, and that sucks, but it's for a reason, because right now your mind is working against you. You are overthinking things. There could be a lot of these scenarios of what if this happens, what if this doesn't happen. All of those scenarios are running in your head. That's why the universe has to put a brake, and has to make you pump the brakes. And the only way is to do that, to slow things down, and to also give you these shaking, these movements where everything completely shakes up in your life. We have the King of Cups here, telling you to focus on emotional stability. You see, the king is sitting on a throne in the middle of the ocean, and he is not moving. He's still, despite the choppy waters. He's still. And so you need to come to that place, that despite the tower moment, it shouldn't shake your base, your emotional base, so that you have stability in your life. You do the practices that bring that in your life. That could be meditation, yoga, mindfulness, anything that brings stillness. You have to do that. Then we have Juno here. So partnership, it could mean that you are being asked to assess everyone that is there around you, all of the partners. That could mean literal partner in your romance and love. See whether they're actually adding to your life, or you just have them because there is a familiarity that is there, and you have difficulty in letting go. And because there are so many other changes that are happening, you would rather not look at this area. Because that would just mean that additional things are being added, and you need someone to feel all right. You need someone to feel whole, and they could be stealing from you, they could be taking your energy, they could be taking your time, space, and not giving you that much in return. But you're still there because it's the programs, and it's the familiarity. Get serious with yourself. You don't have to immediately work on it, but keep that in mind, and put conscious effort on it over time. Don't let that just spiral into a very toxic relationship, which later on, way later on, we need the tower to destroy everything. So do not do that. Get aware if they are not actually adding anything in your life. Then we have Venus here, beloved. So this tells me, so when you see the flowers and fruits and everything, so that shows that good things are coming to you. We also have dignified, strength. So planet dignified, in a position means it becomes powerful. Um, and with Venus there, it shows that love and good things are coming to you, and space is being created for that. Then we have Neptune, which talks about vision. So Neptune recently moved into Aries, and it's going to be there for the next several years. And this is start of a massively new cycle, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Neptune going there means starting of the whole new cycle of Neptune. It's the cosmic reset basically. 0 degree Aries is the cosmic reset. It's the first degree of the entire zodiac. So that is a massive thing, and Neptune going there could be showing and revealing things for you. It could be dissolving old structures, and it could push you towards spirituality. So you have to see how's your connection with spirit. Are you continuously doing your practices? Are you doing the mantra japa, or chanting of mantras, or meditation, or listening to people talk about the old texts. It could be religious texts, or it could be spiritual texts, something like that, something that connects you with your deities, connects you with your gods, and it connects you more with the universe. So that area needs to be focused on. Then we have the turkey spirit, which is talking about give with gratitude and grace. Continue to give even in this circumstance where it feels like everything is being taken away and is shook. Still find ways you can give, because when you really look at your life, there is always something to be grateful for, no matter how brutal it is. And there's always something to give, and especially when you give in these circumstances where you do not have much to give, that is where it is counted in a massive way. And the universe's algorithm is such that whatever you give is going to return to you multiplied, multiple fold. So continue giving. We are all here to do that, and ultimately. Then we have this seahorse spirit, which says watch and wait. When it was reversed, so it means that you're being impatient about something. You're not watching and waiting. You just want to act. You just want to, you guys are the centaur, the horse. So you just want to jump around and just ride. But have patience. Otherwise, the universe. That's why bringing in these shakeups to make you stop and to make you, take a sacred pause, a sacred break. Then we have the vulture spirit, which says nothing is wasted. See, that's what I said. Like, no matter what effort you put in, even a little bit, even if you give, you don't have much to give, but you still give, you still find ways to give, you will be paid back in return. And the vulture usually comes in when at the end, it is the death has happened, and vulture is there to clean out and finish the whole thing. So they play an important role in the ecosystem. So you are in that stage where the vultures are here to finish everything that is there, so you can completely fresh new beginning can come. And you could connect with the vulture spirit uh, to actually ask them to clean out the remnants and the residue, the energetic residue of of certain connections, certain ties, or certain incidents that happen in your life. They could have imprints left. They could have certain energetic residual, which is unnecessarily affecting you. So you can connect with the vulture spirit and in meditation, and ask them to cleanse out all of that and just let it go and trust that it will happen. And then see, it's going to make you feel much better. Then we have the kangaroo here. Be a force for good. Then we have three archangels, which is archangels Roquiel, Jersisa, and Sandalphon. Interesting. I haven't heard of them, but very interesting. Then we have the butterfly. So this is very sweet. Again, rebirth and new phase. Be ready to transform with wisdom. Here we have Archangel Premilek. Premilek. Very interesting. I haven't heard of these archangels, so I might have to read on them. So read up and see what they represent. And now the interesting part of the reading, where I'm going to ask you to think of two questions, and I'm going to answer them like based on whatever the question is. And this will be the answer to that question or that situation, advice relating to that. So take your time, maybe pause this and think of two questions. Don't overthink it. Whatever first comes, just ask that, and then I'm going to read that. All right. Okay. The first one, the answer to the first question and the situation is access to the light codes. The light code patterns are being transmitted to you. Notice your dreams, meditate, and connect with nature. Sophia codes are divine feminine energy, and your family of spiritual guides ask that you surrender and let go of this help coming from the higher dimensional light beings can assist you. You may hear a series of sounds or see colors in meditation and just have a knowing that something is coming through you. This is the goodness of God light energy passing through you. Okay, so whatever situation that you've asked for, there is guidance that's coming to you through light codes, through dreams, through symbols. So you need to pay attention, and you need to physically ask for help. Like you can speak to them loudly, or you can speak within, but that help is coming, and that whatever you asked for is coming to you. Now the second question. Okay, let's go. It says, if you believe, you will receive. Faith is what you need to hear right now. Trust and believe in the divine process. You can manifest anything you desire right now. Trusting the inner voice takes patience and the ability and willingness to listen in a way that truly you hear what is being communicated through you through spirit. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Trusting the inner voice takes patience and the ability and willingness to listen in a way that truly you hear what is communicated to you through spirits. But knowing when the angels and guides are speaking is something that comes easy for you. Okay, interesting. So a lot of the people that are listening here are already have a certain amount of connection with the unseen realm. So you already know when the guides are speaking to you, or they're trying to say something to you. So just pay more attention to that and believe in whatever you're asking. Believe that you will receive whatever you're asking, and it shall come to you. So I hope that these messages resonated. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and that really helps to push the video forward so that more people can receive the messages that are there within. And I thank you for this, and I'll catch you in the next reading.